Carlos and Ryan, and we know that you're dying to hear what we have to say today. I say we hear what we have to say today. It's the blank. Fill it in. Fill it in. Fill it in. Yeah.
Cheers, man.
Woo!
Thanks, Carlos, for that beautiful intro. Young world. What it do? I'm Carlos.
And I'm Ryan.
And this is The Blank with Carlos and Ryan.
We're back.
We's back, baby. We's back. Yeah. I know it's been a minute, young world, but, we had some business to attend to for the podcast, obviously. For those of you who haven't been catching up, we got some stickers. We got stickers. We actually went citywide posting last week to, walking around posting up some stickers. I posted up my stickers in my neighborhood, and it's not the end. We have tons of stickers left, and we're not going to finish posting up some stickers.
So definitely check your area because we have some sick stickers with our Instagram tag on it. So
Yeah.
if you see it, post it, take a picture of it, share it. The stickers are pretty dope, honestly. Like I think me and part of the break, and we're definitely going to get more into the break, I would say, but part of the break was to be able to produce and expand in a certain light without having to focus too much on actually this, I would say, So the break in itself, it's not as if we were just like on vacation or something like that.
No days off for us.
It was definitely just taking time to be able to kind of put our creative like thought process in like other parts kind of thing. So I'm sure for the people who have been watching our Instagram, we've been definitely trying to post here and there as much as possible. But yeah, we're back.
We are back.
But definitely check out those stickers.
Yeah.
We're gonna have hopefully some posters that maybe we can even sell because that'd be pretty dope.
That'd be nice.
Because our posters are pretty sick.
Hopefully merch.
I think we took merch, merch, and eventually.
Hopefully,
like with the fall season coming, like
I'm trying to get a hoodie on, the blank hoodie on, that'd be nice.
But it was definitely just something that was needed to be able to kind of focus on outside of just producing videos. So we're back, though.
We are back.
That's what I'm
having no
fear.
Yeah,
it was cool.
It was we missed y'all, entertaining you guys, and but have no fear, the both of us are now here. And apparently queer to some of the comments I've read. But it's all good. It's okay. We don't have to get into it. But to all the new people who are listening to us, welcome. Schmelcome.
Sorry, go ahead.
All right. All our new listeners, welcome.
Is it the mustache?
Are you really about to be all sensitive about your
Sorry, go ahead.
So if forget it. We're not going to delve into it. We are back. We are here. This is our welcome back episode. Me and Ryan thought, you know what, let's just wing it to discuss what we've been up to during the break and what plans we have in the future, even what's going on with our lives since the break as well. So how was your week this week so far?
It's been good.
Yeah.
I actually had a couple of days off from work and it's been busy doing some family stuff. My significant other happens to be house sitting, so we're away from each other for about 2 weeks, which is pretty cool.
Odd choice of words.
No,
Alesha, if you're listening, we love you, girl. We miss you, and we want to see you. So shout out to Alesha.
The thing about this house sitting thing is that, man, she loves cats, like absolutely adores cats. So
yeah.
It's like, Ryan, do you go buy a cat? Like, do you get a cat for your small apartment? For your apartment that you happen to see that you all share with me?
We talking big steps here.
And do you buy a cat?
Yeah.
Together?
And
Well, I don't know.
Uh-oh.
What would you do?
That's a big step. Because me personally, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of have a fear of cats.
I think we spoke about
Yeah,
this
I
last time.
kind of have a fear of cats. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I'd want a cat as a pet. Like if I saw a stray cat or something, I wouldn't be like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I can't get too close to cats. Dogs, I don't mind. I don't think. Well, it's just pets in general. They're a lot to deal with.
So do you think you're more of a dog person than you are a cat person?
110%, absolutely, absolutely.
What is it about dogs?
They're fucking adorable, man. You know
That's
what I
true.
mean? Like you
That
see a
is
cute
true.
puppy, holy shit, warms your fucking heart. You can watch puppy videos all. You can't watch cat videos all day. The motherfucker.
Some
They don't
people
even
can.
shit. They don't even like to shit in public. Who is that? Like what? You know these dogs. Their mother. You know I respect dogs because they. You know what? They find their turf. Yo, I'm gonna shit on this fucking floor, and you motherfuckers need to watch me do this shit. And you know what? I'm gonna pee here too. What are you gonna? You can't clean that shit up. Use the bounty cleaner and fucking wipe that shit up. No, cats on the other hand. Oh, fuck! I need a fucking litter box. Where's the nearest sand? I need to hide my shit. You can't see. You can't see. Fuck you. We all know you shit.
Very territorial.
Yeah.
Very
So,
territorial.
yeah. So shut up. You know what I mean? Dogs live free. You know what I'm saying? Die young. Dogs. Respect. 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 Respect.
The entertainment of College Street. You always hear some shit.
Yeah,
going on.
college is a fun time. It's always a good time, but it's just it can be a bit of a rough time when you're working from home. He can attest to that. So it's all good. Ask me how my week went.
How's your week been going?
It's been good recently, but Monday, I'm not gonna lie to you, I think I had a panic attack on Monday. I swear to God.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You
But
okay?
I think
You
I had
sure?
I think I had a panic attack on Monday. I swear to God, like I had to leave early and shit.
Okay. Then.
Yeah, it got pretty. I don't know what I'll tell you.
So
Yeah,
please, I'd
yeah.
love to hear the story.
All right. Is this I'm on CP24 telling my panic attack story. So yeah, I was just working. Just I started off my morning early, or earlier because I knew I had a lot of files coming out because I had the Friday off. So I knew I was gonna walk into a lot of shit. So I'm just typing away, just doing my work. And then right before lunch, I could feel my body just like shaking. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on with me?
Wow.
And I'm just like, okay, I feel weird. And like my body's feeling a little bit numb. I feel like I'm going to pass out. So I'm just like, fuck, okay. Something's weird. I'm like, I won't stop shaking. And I'm just like, what the shit is going on with me? This is a new experience. I'm freaking out. And I'm like, okay, I call my boss. I'm like, hey, listen, I'm not feeling really good. I need to like take the rest of the day off. And he's like, okay, yeah, I feel better. So I just immediately went to my bed. I just laid down and I just slept for the rest of the day. And then when I woke up, I'm like, what the shit was that?
Man.
I'm like, God damn, that was weird. And I don't know what it was because recently, I don't know if it was like, is work getting to me or like, do I have a fear of like losing the job? And I don't necessarily think I'm going to lose the job because I think I've been doing okay so far, but just like a lot of complaints from, from my insureds about, their cars not being fixed on time and shit that I can't control. So I think it's just been getting to me, but like, I don't know what it is. Like, I think it's just like because a few of my coworkers are like, getting promoted and like getting new jobs. Even my brother actually got a new job recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm just like, okay, this is good. And I feel great for them. But I think I was just having a moment of what the fuck am I doing then? It was like a panic attack / existential crisis. I think I was having. So I'm just like, what the shit is even going on with me? Like, I mean, I feel comfortable where I am in work, but I always, there's always that, I think I can do more and I think I want to do more and branch out. But it's like, I don't know. It was weird. Yeah. Huh.
That's a heavy Monday, man.
It's a heavy Monday.
It's a very heavy
I am a
Monday.
lot better now. You know what I mean? Everything's kosher. But yeah, that Monday was pretty insane. I only told my brother, but I didn't tell too many.
Well, the world knows now.
Yeah, now the world knows. I don't know. I guess it was just a bit of me that just didn't want to get like Bret Harted, man. Do you know about Bret Hart and the Montreal Screwjob?
No, that sounds like a
What?
that sounds like a good night in Montreal.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right.
I'm sorry, Brett.
Bret.
Tell the story. Tell the story.
Right.
Sorry.
So here's the deal. All right, we'll go back. Bret Hart in the 90s was one of the most popular wrestlers in the world. It was probably the most popular wrestler in the world. He's arguably the greatest Canadian wrestler of all time. So at this point, Bret Hart was his contract was coming up. So he's like, so there was this beef between the WWE, where he currently is signed to, versus the WCW, their competition, and they're getting better. Like they're the better company at that time.
Wow.
Yeah. So they're neck and neck for ratings and shit. So
I remember that.
Yeah,
now.
Yeah,
Crap.
man. They're neck and neck, dude. I'm telling you.
Sting.
Sting, Goldberg, Hogan,
Kidman,
NWO, Kidman.
Yeah.
You know, they're getting they were neck and neck. Diamond Dallas Page.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, okay. Yes. So they had talent too, and they're looking to steal whoever the WWE got. All right. So Bret Hart is in the process of he's a free agent. He's almost becoming a free agent, but he was willing to re-sign because of his loyalty to the WWE. However, the WCW calls him and they're like, "Hey, listen, pal, we like you and we want you to come with the company. You know, what do you want? What money do you want?" So Bret's like, I don't want to sign with these guys. I'm loyal to the WWE. I'm just gonna make up a ridiculous offer, and then they'll never sign me for it, and then they'll leave me alone. So Bret's like, you know what? I'll tell you what. If you guys want me, I'll sign with your company for 3 years, $9 million for the contract.
Wow.
And then in the 90s, for a wrestler, what are you kidding? So he's just like, all right, WCW, they think about it and they're like, you know what, fine, if you want it, we'll give it to you. And Bret's like, holy shit. So he goes back to the WWE. It's like, hey, look, they just offered me like a ton of money. What do you guys can do for me? So Vince is like, I'll tell you what, pal, we'll do $1.5 million. Guess how many years it would be? Guess. Just guess.
10?
20 years.
20 years?
For $1.5 million. And at that time, Vince was like, that's a lucrative offer. That's one of our biggest offers that we could have had for our biggest stuff.
$1.5 million over 20 years.
We're talking from 97 until 2007.
And then versus $3 million a year.
$3 million a year for 3 years. And
wow, that's fucked.
Yes, that is fucked. And guess what? Bret signed with the WWE. He took the offer because of his loyalty to the company, for what he has done, what the company has done for him, and vice versa. He signs.
Wow, that's fucked.
So he signs, and then he's moving on. He becomes champion again. But then Vince calls him back in his office a few months later, and they're like, hey, listen, I thought about it, and I kind of regret signing you for that amount. I'm not going to lie to you, dude. Like, I have Stone Cold Steve Austin. I got Shawn Michaels. I got Undertaker. I got Triple H.
Wow.
I got these new young guys that are trying to become the stars. I got The Rock now. Like, I don't need you, dude. I don't need you. So I'll tell you what. I'm going to rip up your contract. If you want to sign with WCW, I'll still help you out with that so you can get the offer. So Vince helped him out, and he's like, all right. Bret's like, you know what? I signed it. 3 years, $9 million. Let's do it. Now, the issue is that Bret is still champion at this time.
Weird.
Yes. So his last night is coming up. He has a match coming up with none other than your favorite wrestler of all time, Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid. And so the event is called Survivor Series. It's in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Now, remember,
God, that's huge.
Now, remember, Bret Hart is a fucking god in wrestling in Canada. He is legit. It does not get any bigger at this time. He is a literal god in wrestling. But the problem was that Bret and Shawn fucking hate each other. They despised each other behind the scenes. Not only in camera, but fucking they've gotten into shit ton of fights behind it. For real. Like fist fights, no referee over there, dispersing. Like we're talking hate each other. So Bret was like, fuck Shawn, I am not gonna drop my belt to this dude, especially in my country. I'm not gonna do that. The plan was I'm gonna freaking, end it as like a disqualification, and then the next night he will come onto the Raw, which is the Monday night show, and give up his title. Mind you, if he wanted to do that, he's not signed with the WWE anymore. So he's just gonna come on WWE television when he's not signed. It doesn't work like that. So Bret was like, so then Vince was like, you know what, fine, let's fucking do that. But meanwhile, Vince was just thinking about his belt. He does not want to be embarrassed because Vince's worst fear is Bret going to WCW television, taking that belt and fucking tarnishing it on TV.
Yeah, okay.
So Vince does not want to do that shit. So the match is in Montreal. They come out, they do their thing. And so Shawn puts Bret into his own finishing move, the submission move, the sharpshooter. Vince comes to the side of the ring, and everyone's like, okay, this is weird. Why is the boss of the company coming to the side? So Shawn puts him in the hold. Vince is looking at the ref. Ring the bell. Ring the fucking bell. The referee rings the bell. Ding, 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 ding. Shawn Michaels wins. That wasn't the plan. That wasn't supposed to happen. Bret is pissed off. He stands up, spit in Vince's face in front of the public, and he's losing it in his mind.
Wow.
So that's basically the Montreal Screwjob. Everyone's pissed off. Bret goes backstage. He's disgusted. Literally, it was 13 years with the company at that time, and that's how it ends.
Sad, man.
Yes. So my fear is I don't want to invest all my time and effort in a company I work for, and then I get Montreal Screwjob. You see what I mean? I don't know why that thought came to my head. I'm doing all of this work, and then I'm just like, but what the fuck happens if, for some reason, they just Montreal Screwjob me?
I get that.
Yeah. So that was my Monday, basically.
I think that, and not to get too deep into it, but I've had.
Why not? This is the blank.
Well, I've had conversations about, with certain people that have certain, I guess, anxiety attacks, where even though you don't consider yourself as a person that maybe suffers from anxiety, that I don't personally have it, but from the people that I've spoken to, that sounds somewhat of an anxiety attack, kind of. It could, like a panic attack, kind of the same thing, at least in my eyes, but I could have that totally wrong. And I don't want to speak to, uneducated about it, kind of thing. But
we here at the blank are not educated, nor do we specialize in mental health. Please go do your research about mental health.
We're not the people to come to. But as I was saying, but yeah, man, I think that sounds, but it also sounds like something that's perfectly reasonable. And I think that a majority of the people, especially around our group, our age group, are going through. I know that I think that a majority of people that are around our age have that feeling where it's like, do you waste your energy and all your effort into this company that's just going to make somebody else $1 billion, $1 bajillion kind of thing, while you're sitting there working your ass off and stressing, knowing that you're only taking home pennies in comparison.
Right.
So yeah, man, that's the scary part, and it's
a fearing thing, man. It's just I'm doing all this, putting all this effort into the work, making sure our customers are happy. At the same time, it's like, fuck, man, what if this all ends tomorrow simply because I make one simple mistake and I'm not being told about it? I don't know. It's just these thoughts that came to my head. But then I'm just the next day I came in, I'm just all right, back to square one. Everything is kosher, I don't know. It's just that one off. It's like I've had these thoughts before, but never to the point where I had to like take a day off. Like if I've ever been stressed out, it's because it's like, I'll wait until vacation to relax, and that's always helped out. But I don't know, just this one day, I'm just like, fuck. But other than that, I am okay. I don't want to, make it seem like I needed to go to the hospital or anything. I'm fine. I didn't think it was as severe from the symptoms that I read about panic attacks. But it's just something where I'm just like, most of it was just like, okay, I do not want to work today. But I went back and I'm still there, still employed. So
The crazy thing about the younger generation, especially ours, and like from the older generation on top of us, so like our parents kind of thing, sometimes there's that mentality, and I'm sure that a lot of viewers that happen to be listening to us, they feel the exact same thing, where it's like, if your parents can stay at a company for 30 odd years and then they build like the fucking pension with them and like the retirement fund, and you eventually get all of those fucking promotions just as you work without like, I wouldn't say like minimal effort, but you're putting in the effort, and then you're supposed to be guaranteed these raises to make six figures eventually. That's just not guaranteed in our era.
no,
It really isn't.
no,
You have to be fucking spectacular
no,
or out of the fucking box.
Yeah.
Great.
like legit A++. We're talking, not
Or
just A+.
me and you need to start an OnlyFans ASAP. Because I know those people be making all kinds of fucking money.
Fuck. Listen, okay. The fact that they went back on their shit, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of disappointed. I kind of wanted to see how they do.
Another app would take over. We would have made an app. Man, post all your shit on this one.
Yeah, what would you call it?
Immoral.
Immoral. Is that the app?
Fucking
M or
Genesis.
just M or just M oral.
M oral, yeah.
And it's exactly how OnlyFans work, but then we just have a different name.
Fucking, I don't know, but to get back into the thing, because I would like to talk about OnlyFans after, because we have to do our fucking news, because we haven't had news for a month.
Yeah, it's really, you have to catch up on a lot of shit.
But in this case, the one thing I can say, and I'm guilty of it myself, don't hold on to a company too long. Honestly, the only way for us to be able to kind of make that money that our parents happen to make, and like that kind of perspective, is like you have to be able to move around and grab for certain like income risks and take those specific risks so that you do gain that money that you are comfortable with, kind of thing. But even like six figures in Toronto isn't all that great, to be perfectly honest, man. Like,
it's not that good.
Aside from that, housing crisis, fucking economy, fucking inflation, whatever it is, but to get back down to the basis of it is like, man, don't do something that you're not happy with. That's like the one thing that we definitely have to go back at.
That's true. Live your dreams is what we're basically saying. Work hard to achieve them. If you're doing a crappy job now, but at the end of the tunnel, for the fact that you're gonna be living out something that you dreamed about, then go for it. As they say, sometimes you have to go through hell to get to heaven. So keep that in mind, young world, kids, even adults. Really, I know a few adults who, in my workplace, who went back to school to do something else. It's never too late. You are never too old. I believe Donatella, not Versace, Chanel, I believe it was, who was freaking 60 something years old before she created her fashion empire.
I know who you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, it was
who was it? It was freaking, she was
tip of my tongue. But yeah, like they didn't create their first dress until they were like 60 something or something like that.
Oprah Winfrey wasn't like 40 something until she got on TV. Freaking Harrison Ford was working at a car wash until his 30s, and then he ended up getting the role in Star Wars. Like, guys, it doesn't age is, don't worry about what age you got to do to achieve it. When you have something and you want to do it and it makes you happy, do it. If it's selling drugs, I really want you to talk to your family before you do something like that. Because, I mean, just make sure it's not illegal. And it's a scrap. It's a scrap.
Sorry, a lot of noise in the background.
Don't be, just achieve your dreams. Work hard to maintain them, is all we're saying.
I think I was reading this thing the other day about Rick Ross, and like Rick Ross is known to be one of the most literally the boss.
Yeah.
MMG, all kinds of money. I think he rode in a horse to the Donda event.
Yeah.
That's how rich he is. But he was saying how he didn't see any money from his rapping until he was about like 30, almost like 35 or something like that. And I was like shocked. I'm like, man, like Rick Ross, that guy's probably been rapping forever since he was like 16.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're not 35 yet, but for some of our listeners that happen to be 35, yet again, same sort of goal.
Right.
Age don't mean shit realistically. You're eventually, so long as you kind of keep working towards it, you're eventually going to make it to that point that you want to get to.
And who knows, man, if this podcast things work out, we only have like maybe 20, 30 people on our IG page. Who knows where we get, and we appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for the listens, but who knows where this will go, the time off that we needed, we just needed to, to see where we wanted to grow, see where our head was at, to see business wise how we wanted to achieve things. But this is only the first step. So if you've been following us from the beginning, cool, appreciate it. If you're following with us now, you know what, come along this journey with us, see where we go, and then appreciate it.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna be there.
Oh man, I think you and I have the talent and the skill and the business, the business mentality to get where we want to go. We'll make it, sir. We will make it. My fear is that they don't hear us in the microphone. We're saying all this emotional steps, and they're just like, "What?" It's fine. It's fine.
On another note, we should get into the news because I think the news is pretty important, especially after a month.
Yeah.
Of missing the news.
Yeah. But, what happened while we were gone?
I think the biggest thing was probably announced a couple days ago.
What's that?
Vaccination passports.
Boom, boom, boom.
The one thing I wanted to talk about on the first comeback episode, which happens to be this one
right now.
And one of the things I would love to hear your opinion on it. So please DM us on Instagram and send us an email or whatever.
Comment on YouTube.
Hit us up. I would love to hear your opinion on pretty much vaccination passports in that case. But we happen to have it in Ontario now.
It became official. Yeah, man. It's what's the
window again.
Yeah, it's official now. So basically, they want to. I think they said electronic is good too on your phone. But they just want us to scan something to scan us at gyms, restaurants, bars, movie theaters, so on and so forth. They want, they need us to scan these vaccine passports to enter these facilities, which I think. I mean, I can see the good and I can somewhat see the bad in it as well. I mean, I can understand why. At the same time, it's safety. It's for the safety of everybody. What made me laugh was the fact that the Ontario COVID vaccine shot thing doubled when the when the passport thing got announced. So yeah, guys, at least you're getting it now. You're understanding. So thank you. Let's see those protests happen now. Huh?
I'm surprised, man. I'm honestly surprised that, or maybe Ontario made up that fact. I'm not a conspiracy theorist person or whatever like that, but would people really give up their like whole thought process of like not getting the vaccine Or maybe it's the people that were like kind of off and on, being like, "Oh, maybe I'll get it when I have to," and then now it's kind of have to.
That's a lot of people though.
That doubled.
That doubled.
Right?
It's quite.
But I don't know if there's people out there that like held strong into their morals, and then all of a sudden was like, "Yo, I can't go out."
I think there's.
I can't go out and eat.
I don't think a big portion of them.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, I can't go to the gym.
Yeah.
Okay, I might as well go get it now because the gym and going in to bars inside because you don't have to have the vaccine passport to sit outside. At least in Ontario. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I would hope that you hold on to your values that much that you're willing to sacrifice the gym.
Right.
But I don't know. Because I got my vaccine. So
yeah, same.
But in this case, I'm wondering, like, I would love to hear people's opinions because I have friends that still aren't vaccinated.
Right.
I haven't, it's so fresh in Ontario that I haven't gotten their opinion on like, yo, you can't go to the gym no more. Or you know, do you have your home gym, or like, are you okay with sitting outside for the rest of your life?
The MLSC just released the thing that you need the vaccine passport.
Yeah, to go watch games and shit, right? Yeah. And like, are you okay with not going to the watching a Blue Jays game for the rest of your life, or a Raptors game?
Yeah.
Up until at least they remove that requirement, whenever that may be. That's like kind of an X day. So it's like, are you okay with that? And I'm really wondering. I haven't gotten to speak to my unvaccinated friends, and I have a decent amount of them. I would say more people that I know are vaccinated, but it's an interesting topic to bring up to them because what are you going to do? And I would love to hear from you. If you do happen to be listening and I don't know you personally.
You got these motherfuckers following our page. Listen, you sons of bitches, you motherfuckers. You ruining our goddamn get vaccinated. Man, fuck these motherfuckers, man. Yo, you're trying to delay the shit. Yo, I'm trying to go out there. Fucking, you guys made me miss Caravana is it 2 years in a row now? 2 years in a motherfucking row. I'm trying to go and get fucking have a ting with your wine pummy singer shit. And then you motherfuckers are gonna ruin this shit. Get vaccinated.
I do agree, get vaccinated. Definitely. Unless there's some sort of health reason why you can't. But yeah, no, I would love to hear it. It's a really interesting thing. It's like, man, are you willing to sacrifice it?
Because yeah, I mean, before anything, like you have your code, you know, your morals to follow. And you know, although I don't agree with the the whole anti-vax situation, I mean, I guess respect the fact that they're sticking to their guns about it, even with all this. It's you know, because I get where you're coming from. I think it would be a bit like cowardice if you were to just drop everything that you fought so hard to believe for just because they banned you from doing this and this and this. I get where you're coming from, but get vaccinated.
To roll through like the trials and tribulations of not being like an unvaccinated person at this point in time is like, it's hard for them, you know?
I imagine.
And like, there's still people,
Yeah.
And I know that there's vaccinated people that are like hating on these unvaccinated people, like so heavy, being like, oh, you're this and you're that, and like, and vice versa. There's definitely unvaccinated people hating on vaccinated people, but it's like there's still people at the end of the day. Our hospitals still need to care for them. This and that. But like you said, it's all about safety. It's like realistically, just go get it, so we don't have to worry about this later.
So. Just guys like Chris Guy, who's sticking to his guns. It seems. I don't like the guy personally. I think he's a bit of a douchebag. But I mean, that's my take. But he's sticking to his guns, and you know what? If he has his beliefs, and I have mine, hey, what can you do? If he wants to miss out on all these events, I mean, he's gonna have to miss out. I mean, he can try to fight for it. I don't think it'll work out for him too much, but to each their own. That's all I gotta say about that.
The day that they actually released the news on the vaccine passports, huge protest. I wouldn't say huge, but I would think at least a couple hundred people showed up at Queen's Park. And for anybody who's not in our province, shout out to the South Korean listener.
Korea.
But in this case, Queens Park happens to be our main, I think, like provincial government, or at least like municipal government building. And correct me if I'm wrong, because I could probably be wrong. I'm probably 100% wrong on
No,
it.
it's pretty accurate.
But there was a huge protest there saying
Yeah.
like, oh, we shouldn't have vaccine passports.
Yeah.
And I think that the way the media portrayed it was a majority of theyese people are anti-vax in general. But I wonder if there was like people that were vaccinated that still disagree on the vaccine passports.
Oh yeah, those are the interesting in-betweeners right there.
Yeah, that was one thing that actually happened to us out in Ontario, that the day that they announced it, there was already a protest for it in relation to it. So real fucked up. But I think it was peaceful so far. I think I didn't hear any cooking.
Nothing wild, crazy.
Nothing wild, which is always good.
Yeah. In other news, elections.
Oh yes,
elections are coming up. You know, go out and vote at least if you're gonna. Do you think they'd ban the anti-vaxxers from voting?
definitely not.
You know,
I think the
You don't think
conservatives
that-
need their vote. I'm just kidding, man.
you went there.
Oh, geez. I think that y'all extremist conservative motherfuckers.
Oh
Nah, I'm
shit!
I'm just kidding.
Shit!
I'm kidding.
Wow. This side of Ryan, I've ever. Oh, jeez.
No, because I have a lot of friends that vote conservative, and I don't personally believe it, but I get it.
Do you know who you're voting for? You don't have to say it because you
Most
don't want
likely,
to.
yeah.
You don't have to, convince.
It's really like, in relation to government and stuff like that. It's definitely a tough decision. But the problem is that we have such a two-sided system. And the funny, like in university, I actually took political classes, so I learned like theory and like how to turn an election. Yeah, I learned a lot about that kind of shit. It was actually fucked up. I took a legal course in university.
Yeah.
That was just straight politics. I think it was called, I don't remember, but something like that. But they were talking about like political elections and how like in Canada it's hard to get like the NDP to come in because we have such a two-sided approach.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, they believe in like socialism and.
So
Yeah.
it's tough, man. And like I've read a lot about, not a lot. I take that back. Rewind. But I've read things here and there about like the last time the NDP tried to like come into play, or like when they won the power and they like fuck shit up. So that's why a majority of like Canadians don't believe in the NDP, and like that's why we do have this two-party system where it's either you choose
Liberal,
one or the other.
Yeah, liberal.
Which is fucked.
Yeah.
Because we should realistically have more choices in this case.
100%.
But yeah, the federal election, man.
Yeah, man. Please, if you have it, I urge this enough. Do your research as to who you're voting for. If they affect you, and and they're making promises to help out with your situation in your life, please do your research and then vote for the people that that can help you out. I do believe all politicians are full of shit. I mean, it is their job to instill. I mean, let's face facts. Do they fill out all their promises that they make? No. But here's the deal. Politicians are here, but some politicians are actually here to help. And we can't tell who is who and what is what. All you have to do is believe. So if you truly have if you see a voter, don't believe of what they look like in the media. Legit, just do your research as to what they want to do to help you out and your community, and vote for said person. I mean, these choices are not. I don't even remember the name of who's the leader of the Green Party again.
I forget her name.
I'm gonna do the research right now for y'all. All right.
We have Google.
Yeah.
That's a great thing about technology.
Yeah. We have it here.
We have computers in our pockets now.
So the Canadian.
But yes, there are multiple parties. I think the main five are the Liberals, the Conservatives, Green Party, NDP, and Bloc Québécois.
Yes.
But definitely do your research. I do highly recommend go out and vote. I know that a lot of people probably that do listen to us, or at least a couple of you really don't believe in voting. But I think it's probably the only way to at least have your opinion somewhat heard. And I know that sometimes if you vote for the Green Party, we know the Green Party is not going to fucking win. No offense to the Green Party.
Yikes.
But we're in those days, and this could change 20 years from now that eventually the Green Party takes over. But do your research, really get your voice heard because you are a citizen of this country.
Absolutely. Well, except for the person in South Korea.
Yeah, but definitely go out and vote. So
yeah. So yes, we have it looks like 6 leaders. So there's Aaron O'Toole in the Conservative Party.
Oh, the Canada's People Party, man.
Yeah, man. The
Holy shit.
Bloc Quebecois leader, Yves Francois Blanchette. Top right leader. Nope, not top right. NDP leader, Jagmeet Singh. Green Party leader, Annemie Paul. Dude, I found out that she was married to a white dude and she's Jewish.
A lot of black Jews, though.
Yeah.
So
and let's see, People's Party, Maxime.
Man, what they gotta do is shit, man.
Yeah, man. Well, it's good to see that there's more people of color, in the in the Liberals, So now we have 3 people of color in the block here. These 3 people. That is Annemie Paul, who is a black woman. Jagmeet Singh, who is a man who is brown, and Justin Trudeau, who used to be black apparently, but now is white. So that is, it's always good to see people of color represent. So good luck to all the candidates. But yes, to all of you who are listening, go out and vote. This is your right. I mean, clearly all of y'all are pissed off as shit at Justin Trudeau. Dude's been getting booed like fucking crazy. I've never seen a freaking campaign trail get that many boos like that. Yeah. What the hell is going on? Like, is he really that bad with it?
It's definitely this COVID shit, man.
I mean, I assume so.
Getting way more aggressive, but I guess like a lot of people are pissed off with the overspending. And not to turn this into a whole political discussion.
Here we go.
But
politics 2021.
There's definitely a tough election. For Justin Trudeau.
Oh, I from the looks of things. But yes,
it's not pretty.
Do your part.
He's been getting beat the fuck up.
Oh yeah, he's been dude.
Bolton, Ontario, beat the fuck up.
Bro. Even when he went to Markham, it was a nightmare for him.
Markham, beat the fuck up,
beat him up, bro. People tell him he could even go to one event because
they had to cancel.
They had to cancel it.
Bolton, Ontario.
It was Bolton, right?
Do you know who you're voting for?
I think so. Yeah. Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You have an idea?
Sure. I'm pretty sure. Man.
Yeah. I don't want to say who to, try to sway you guys. But
it's whoever lowers the taxes to our OnlyFans so I can take home that money. You know it.
Yeah. And on that note, Jesus Christ. Why are you laughing?
Immoral.
Immoral, man. Immoral. What about that bar that you wanted to open up? You said you wanted to open up a bar. Maybe you wanted to do that. And what did you say?
I don't even remember what the name would have been.
But you said you wanted to do something every Thursday. What was it called?
Oh, Simple Plan Thursdays.
And what would you do on Simple Plan Thursdays?
Oh, we just be bumping Simple Plan for everybody who likes alternative rock. Simple Plan Thursday.
And what area? What area?
I expect all y'all to show up to my Simple Plan Thursday. So,
oh my god. And what area are you thinking of?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I probably have to open it up in Bolton.
Yeah. Probably, man. In music news, Kanye dropped his album.
Yes.
Donda. Did you listen to it entirely?
I did actually.
How was it?
That's the first entire Kanye album I've actually listened to since, I would like to say, My Beautiful Twisted Dark Fantasy.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't listen to Yeezus?
No, I didn't listen to all of Yeezus. No, not at all.
Huh?
I listened to a couple of songs on Yeezus, and then I listened to a couple of songs on
Pablo.
Oh no, Pablo. I listened to all of it.
Nice.
Yeah, Pablo. Okay, so I had that wrong. So Pablo, definitely I listened to all of it.
Yeah.
But Yeezus, and then whatever he produced after Pablo.
Well, I mean, before those Watch the Throne. I don't. Well, you didn't. It wasn't really him. But,
Wait, what's the his gospel album called?
oh, Jesus is King.
Jesus is King. I didn't listen to that at all.
Okay.
No, I listened to one song. I think.
What song?
I don't remember.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't remember.
All right. And how did you enjoy this album?
It was good.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
It actually. It was unexpected for me. 100%.
You get the Holy Spirit in you.
Yeah, like
You get the motherfucking sins out the goddamn body.
yeah, man.
Oh
Got
shit!
baptized twice.
Woo! Got you speaking in tongues while you were on the phone with all these lawyers. You know what I mean?
How did you like it?
You're like,
oh,
yeah.
praise
right. So you're gonna tell us why we should use your company, or
trying to sell my program to this lawyer? This lawyer's like, what are you talking about?
what are you going on about? He's just speaking mumbo jumbo, man.
It was good though.
Yeah.
It was better than I expected.
I enjoyed it a lot as well.
I don't know
I enjoyed it a lot.
how you feel.
Oh no, I thought it was a really good album. I enjoyed it a lot. I didn't feel like it was a gospel album per se. I just felt like it was like a hip hop album, just no cursing really. And he just spoke well about how religion affected his life. But I just felt like it was like a hip hop album. And like, it was really artsy and whatnot. And, it was a typical, I just felt like it was basically a clean Kanye album. And it was good. It was a good album overall. I enjoyed it. If you had to give it a score out of 10, what would you give it?
I'd probably give it a 7. I think a solid 7. And no offense, because one of our boys loves the album, and shout out to you.
Yeah.
But I would give it a 7. I would think. I think it's definitely great. And I had this conversation with Alessia the other day, actually, and we're talking about like how a lot of like great, or like Kanye's like almost path was to become a fucking god producer eventually. And like this, like I think the production is way better than his lyrical ability in this album. I think
it shows. I think it's standard for most of his work. I think he's always had better production than lyrics than all of his work, to be honest.
Really?
I do.
I
think Kanye was always a better producer than he was a rapper.
Okay. I can get that.
Yeah.
But like, man, some of those albums were fucking hype, man.
100%.
But I guess you're 100% right now that I really go back and think about it.
Like it's beef.
Because Kanye.
Carlo, shit. Like, yo, mixtape coming soon. Don't sleep. Don't sleep.
Praise
Jesus. Holy shit, yo. It's gonna be a gospel album, but I'm cursing. Some of y'all niggas don't like Jesus. Some of y'all niggas don't like Jesus.
I'll fucking me out, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm about to save y'all.
I'm about to save y'all, Holy Spirit. You bitches, you hoes out there. Oh yeah, it's gonna be great. Anyways, please continue.
Well, no, you're right. It was definitely, Kanye's always been a better producer than he has been a rapper.
I've always thought so.
I've always like one of the biggest things I think in like rap, or like some of the YouTube like videos I've been watching now, they're talking about like who's the best lyricist and like who are your top 5 and stuff like that. And I guess that's always been a discussion that if you listen to hip hop or like rap or whatever it may be, whatever you want to call it. That discussion has always been thrown around to anybody kind of thing. And like, I've never heard anybody say Kanye as their top 5, I would say, in lyricists. But production, like that, the Dawn album, definitely go listen to it. If you don't like Kanye for fucking lyrics or just what he says and shit, definitely go listen to just the production, because the production is fucking wild.
Insane.
And one of our boys made a great point. Listen to it in your car with your windows down, blasted the fuck out, because it is better than your headphones. That is how it's supposed to meant to be, I guess, or to listen into.
The beat knocks, basically. Yeah.
Like absolutely wild.
Insane in the membrane.
It was hype.
It was good. What else happened in the news recently?
I think OnlyFans is the biggest thing
OnlyFans,
that's happened
yeah.
that I would say, like in like pop culture. Unless you know anything else.
No, OnlyFans was a big one. That was it was nearing becoming a PG company, you know what I'm saying? No more of the nudes, no more of the following of the dirty nasty girls out there shaking it for the things.
Dudes too, though, man.
Dudes too.
I actually was on Reddit.
Why do you know that?
I'm smiling right now.
Yeah.
But I was on Reddit and I was reading this post about the OnlyFans thing.
Yeah.
And this guy was like, honestly, my main income is OnlyFans.
Interesting.
And he was talking about how he like puts out like dick videos and like him like wanking it and like stuff like that. And yeah, and he makes bank. And he's like, I don't care who watches it. He's like, I'm cool. Like I'm good.
Yeah.
But I make bank off of the amount of money that people subscribe to this, whether they're women, men, whatever you happen to identify as, no matter what it may be. He's like, I'm killing it. And then now they're going to be able to take that away from me. So not only girls, like I guess like predominantly the outlook and probably, you know, I don't know the statistics of it. Like I don't know the facts, but I'm assuming it's girls.
Yes. Porn stars.
Stuff like that. Yeah. But there's definitely guys out there too that happen to use it and make money off it.
I'm sure.
But yeah, that was the biggest thing.
That was a pretty big deal. They had I saw commercials on television, literally promoting OnlyFans to becoming like they had legit commercials,
like PG,
like being PG, like they were doing like cooking and like instructional videos and whatnot. But my thing is, I don't know. I thought it was a good call that they didn't go through with it, only because OnlyFans is, it is known as like the site where you can watch dirty and whatnot, and you'd have to pay for it. But it would have been a bad move if they went with the whole PG look. Because I mean, like, if you're gonna do all this tutorial nonsense, go to YouTube. Save money, live better. Walmart. By the way, Walmart, we're looking for sponsorship. If you're trying to, pay for the boys to get bigger and better, so we can promote you better, then
I would love a 50% coupon off.
You know what I'm saying? Gift cards or some shit. Hook us up.
White tees.
Hey,
you rocking white tees?
Underwear. I buy your underwear. You know what I'm saying? So, Walmart, hit us up. Other than that, yeah, the OnlyFans though, man, it's like, it was a smart move not to go through with the, getting rid of the explicit content stuff. It was a smart move. It just, you guys are making you guys.
Wait, so was it a smart move to keep it or a smart
move to keep it?
Okay, yeah, okay.
100%. You have to, you had to do it. Like, there's no way you guys were gonna make this amount of money that you would have if you didn't have the explicit content. That's just me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the millions, or that, I don't even know how many content creators there are. Thousands of other explicit content creators out there would agree. Now they can keep their jobs, have a stable income, maybe they could even be bigger and better than in this, you got just this companies, you guys need to really do your research as to who your peoples are, that's all we're saying. OnlyFans, get it together.
OnlyFans thing, I actually thought about a lot.
Oh,
a lot in the last like 2 weeks.
Okay.
Like, it was longer than that. How long ago was they make that decision? It was definitely
they made it months ago. It's just that recently they were nearing the end of yeah.
So because of I'm guilty of it too, because
of what?
Of the media bringing it to light, even though they made that decision fucking 10 months ago, or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Which should have been brought up then.
Yes.
But yeah, I 100% agree with you. I think that it was the move. Like you have to keep it there.
Oh, you have to.
And it's not only because of it being like the main source, it's probably one of the main sources of your income in relation to you being an app.
Yeah.
But it's also, it's like almost like a company, like you have to believe in your employees. Like, you have to promote them and you have to be able to kind of be there. They make you the most money in relation to it. OnlyFans, you're taking a percentage of
all of these
people do these videos and these pictures and this work in itself that these people put their time and effort into. It's like you have to believe in your employees as a company, no matter what company you fucking are. You know what I mean? Like, we're not I don't know. I don't want to fucking
Yo,
get
that's
too
just
thing,
sad.
but it's like I don't want to like get into like fucking like paying your people shit. You know what I mean? Or like the fucking slave labor and all that kind of
Is
shit.
it
It's
slavery labor really though? Because my thing is, if you're like doing this content creator stuff, it's what the amount of things you put out. That's what you're getting money for,
Yeah.
right? So is it really? I mean, like I get where you're coming from because they're still getting a portion of these videos and shit. But my thing is, they were willing to get rid of all of that just to promote themselves as this, family friendly
no,
thing.
don't do that. Definitely not.
Hmm.
Like for banks and stuff like that, or like because you as an app, and I get it, you're trying to be the next Amazon.
Right.
OnlyFans, you're trying to be the next Amazon. You're literally trying to make it big. You need to take loans from big banks, and then big banks have fucking morality and ethics behind them, being like, we don't want to give you a loan, especially if you're showing your fucking hoo-ha to the world.
Like I just listened to Donda. I don't need this nonsense on me right now. You can go. Yeah.
But
I
in
get
this
that.
case, it's like you have to, as a company, you have to believe in your employees, no matter what type of work that you happen to fall under. OnlyFans, you either need to smarten up and figure out a alternative way to get to the next Amazon, but don't ruin the roots of what brought you up to make those television commercials and to make the ads that we happen to see. And you know what I mean? Like, don't leave it to just like your music producers and your cooking subscribers or whatever that may be. No offense to you guys, but it's like you guys aren't bringing in the income that OnlyFans is looking for.
Right.
I don't think.
I would.
You know what I mean? I don't think that. And like to get to another topic, like, man, the suppression of like sex work. Like that's a whole other thing that I was thinking of. Trust me, that was one of the topics I was thinking about the other day. Where it's like literally you going PG is the suppression of like the sex work.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like if you look at it in a certain light, that where prostitution and stuff like that, that's an old fucking type of work. It's been here for years.
Probably the oldest job.
Right? Like prostitution, that kind of thing. And that you're suppressing that whole concept where it's like we have a huge population that happen to do that for their regular work, to feed themselves, to feed their families, to do whatever it may be to live. And then now with OnlyFans going PG, we're taking that away from a lot of people, which is fucked. Sure. Because maybe that's the only thing they know how to do. Maybe they're just not talented or they don't want to work for anything else or whatever it may be. Like, I'm not saying that anybody who produces an OnlyFans account, like that's the only thing you're good at, but I mean, like
for some,
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But the suppression of somebody's talent, that's what I'm trying to get at. Even though there are like certain like ethical arguments and like morale arguments around it being like, oh, you shouldn't have to show off your fucking coochie to make money. But it's like, it's been like that for years. But the mainstream media wants to suppress that shit for whatever reason, which isn't right. I don't think. I think if we really believe in like equality for everybody, those people matter too, man. You know what I mean?
Are you for or are you against the prostitution?
Oh, I'm for it, man. 100%.
Interesting. Alicia, if you're listening, we love you and we mean you no disrespect whatsoever.
She's been pimping me out from the start.
I didn't know you needed this. I just oh boy.
I'm just
like everything. Was everything okay for the month off that we had? God damn, man. But yeah, man. I guess free the prostitutes, man.
Are you for like prostitution? I would say it's definitely.
It's you got to do what you got to do. Not everyone is fit out to work in the office, work in the 9 to 5. Some people want to work for themselves, and they use what they got to their abilities, and it works out for them. So I can't deny that. So if it's if the difference. Or the difference, whether it be at the strip club, shaking it for dollar bills, drop down and getting your eagle on, or whether it be at home and on your bed with the camcorder and putting it on OnlyFans. If you got the booty, then
people trying
do
to
your duty. People are trying to see it. Do your duty. You know what I mean? As my man Murph says, yo, listen, listen, yo, if that ass is fat, you know where I'm at.
Oh my god, I don't even know if he listens to this shit, man. But he's gonna be in for a rude surprise.
We love you, Murph. We know you don't say that.
But yeah, no, I think that's fuck them, man. But I'm glad they kept to their guns.
Yeah.
I think that was
or the pressure got to them. Because there was a pretty big outcry of people that were pretty pissed off, fans and content creators alike. So, I mean,
I'm sure there was already other apps coming out and being like,
"Hey, if they don't work,
they're gonna go down. We have
come
a platform.
to us." Yeah. But
Man, we don't believe in fucking any of that shit.
Yeah.
Like, you come to us, kind of thing. And I'm sure that would have blew up the same way that. Yeah,
immoral.
Yeah, exactly.
Immoral. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, why is everyone on TikTok now and not Snapchat again?
Never talk about
or Instagram and TikTok, whatever it is. Or I don't know. I don't know shit about that kind of stuff. But there's always going to be the next app that's going to come out there and take over that concept. So it's like, man, OnlyFans is smart. I don't know. How would OnlyFans get to the next Amazon or the next Apple?
They probably won't. Well, at this rate,
the OnlyFans phone.
You just open it with some. Oh God! What the hell?
God damn!
I just got it out the box. What the hell? Why is this shit on here?
Yeah.
OnlyFans the phone.
OnlyFans delivery service.
Oh man. It's just you open the door. It's Tiana Trump. What the bitch? What the fuck you doing? My wife isn't there when you.
Man, I heard you ordered the HDMI cable.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
man. Good for OnlyFans, man. I'm glad you guys stuck with your guns. I think that was a really important thing for just in general. I'm glad that actually happened. I thought about it a lot for the past couple of weeks.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
Really
I would like how you. That's like for those who don't know me. My mom, she's a nail. I don't even know the word. What's the word for it? My mom owns a nail salon.
Yes.
But in this case, it's kind of like, imagine the company or the government's just like, yo, you can't do your nails no more. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, that would be shitty. I'm sure.
Yeah.
But it's
like
you're limiting.
But why would they do that though?
Yeah.
It's like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
It's like, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well, I mean, because here's the deal. Like people need to have their nails done. Sure, it's just because they want to look nice and stuff. It's just that my thing is OnlyFans. I don't think their intention was for them to be a company to.
Oh yeah.
You see what I mean? I think they wanted to be a PG company, and then they're just like, all right,
it just kind of happened.
Yeah, and they're making bank. That's how they stood afloat all these years. Has it been a year or just a year? I don't know.
Like, I think it's only been
more than a year
for like about a year.
Yeah,
like that.
They that's how they stood afloat, and that's how they're getting their name out there. I mean, they're known as a dirty company yet. Yes, sure, but then I think they're just like, I don't want to be known as a dirty company anymore. We got to go back to our roots. What made us make this company in the first place. Then they're just like, hey, y'all dirty motherfuckers. Listen to that Donda album or Jesus is King because we sick of it. Move on with your life because you need to move on somewhere else. So they're just like, oh, hey, hang on. No. You can't do that to us. We made you all this money. We still need to make our money. But then the outcry and the support from them dirty motherfuckers out there that need Jesus. Y'all know who you are. And here we are with the OnlyFans. But OnlyFans, all the best to you. Should we get an OnlyFans just for our more of our really dark topics?
I say when we like hit 50,000 subscribers or something like that, I think we could make an OnlyFans.
Like an OnlyFans.
I'd be willing to give
just
my
us
profits
naked. It's just the episode of
somebody else.
Yeah.
At that point, so I'm hoping that we're already making enough money.
Yeah.
From our nudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. We're just sitting here naked, just discuss. It's the same exact episode, but we're just sitting here naked.
I watched. So you know what movie I watched today?
What movie?
The Story of Bruce Lee.
Wow.
What's it called again? Dragon.
Yeah.
Dragon.
Yeah.
So the OG one back from the 90s.
Great movie.
And fucking wonderful movie. I've probably seen it at least like 10 times.
Yeah, same.
But in this case, one of the things, and like it reminds me of the back where Bruce Lee says, like, man, be like water.
Yes.
Like flow like water.
Yeah.
You just have to kind of be adaptable to any sort of shape or form. So OnlyFans in this case, they're just, you may not have intended to be a PG company, but now that you're making bank and doing it really fucking well, be like water, man. Just adjust. Like you just have to kind of like run with it, like allow it to flow, because you're only ruining it by adding restrictions on that. And there's a larger issue in relation to like, I don't know, the suppression of sex work, which I personally think it is, but I don't want to get into that. But
it's stemming to the freedom of expression, basically. You know, when you limit that, people will not be happy. So and that's
other than your vaccine, Go get your vaccine.
Jesus Christ. Okay, well, that's a lot of the news. That was probably our biggest news conversation that we've had since the beginning. So, yeah. But let's get to the heart of the episode. What we did in our break and what's the future of the show looking like. So our break mainly consisted of us looking as to what we want to do for the future. So how our shows were going to look like, how we wanted to really work on the show. Because, you know, we want to, obviously, you know, we appreciate the people who enjoy the show as it is right now, but there's always improvements that we can always make. So whether it be editing, you know, the video, as you know, whether we need maybe a new camera, you know, possibly in the future a new studio. You know, we always want to be better, and we're just planning for that. So, and in terms of things like merchandise, you know, with the whole sticker and the posters, there's only 2 posters right now, but you know, eventually we could have more, if y'all are willing, you know, to purchase. Eventually I want to go into t-shirts, you know, merchandise, cup holders, cups, you know, coasters. Shit, I'm trying to have a partnership with Nike to get an Air Force, you know, to get a Jordan deal, you know what I'm saying? You know, the blank Jordan 1s, you know, which is like,
that'd be hype.
That'd be sick. That'd be nuts. Can you imagine?
Like an all white, and then it just has
the first podcast to have a Jordan deal.
That'd be huge.
That'd be sick. So Jordan, if you're listening, please consider. Let us know, or hook us up with the original Jordan 1s at least if we, you know. But other than that, you know, yeah, we're just focusing on what we'd like the future of the show to look like, and we want the show to be better. There's always improvements to make. We want to create better content for you guys. We want to be Wow. We want to be smarter, funnier, and you know, just overall entertaining. Because the point of this podcast is you guys come in learning things, you know, getting our opinions on stuff, you know, learning facts that you may have not known about, but also overall to be entertained, because that's what we want to do, is to entertain our viewers, our listeners, our Instagram followers, so on and so forth. That's the point of the show, is for us to express ourselves the way that we are, just being ourselves, and you all just enjoying that. So that's the main idea as to why we took this break. We just got together creating ideas for the show. As you heard earlier, we got a theme song now. You know, that was...
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, we got a theme song. So, you know, we did that, which was fun to do, you know, and eventually, who knows, we would like to go hit the studio and do like a full-out production of the theme song, or maybe even create a song, you know, that will hit the top 40 on the charts, and you can blast it in the radio. That's that we want for the show, to just be entertaining enough that you guys can, you know, that you guys can read something that you guys can be proud of, you know, something you guys can enjoy listening to, and something we can be proud to create. you have anything to say to the young world? Not like last words, what about?
Man, everything you just said. I think
Mhm.
that like Carl said, is just being able to kind of work on certain things, put our focus into different things to be able to try and expand ourselves, knowledge wise and entertainment wise. We don't know exactly where the show is going to go, and not to put a negative spin on it, but how long it happens to turn into. But in this case, we're trying to be able to kind of expand it as much as possible by trying a bunch of different routes. And because we are such an amateur podcast crew, it takes a while.
Yeah.
So in relation to things like progression, even if we're going up a step by 0.01% kind of thing, then I'm happy with it. And, I hope that the people that are listening, like, you're just here to grow with us, and see us kind of grow in relation to how far we can actually take this thing. So thank you for listening. And I'm excited for the future. It's definitely going to be something interesting. And yes, I hope you enjoyed the theme song. I totally almost forgot about that,
This guy.
but it was very fun to make.
Mhm.
We freestyled that. That was pretty fucking sick.
Freestyle off the dome.
That was literally like a 5-minute freestyle that took 20 minutes to like finally get down to the proper version of it, and then maybe another like 15 or 20 minutes to edit it properly. But yeah, it was dope.
It was great. It was fun.
So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that.
I hope y'all enjoyed it.
There's definitely gonna be more stupid shit or a bunch of other stuff like that we're gonna try and come out with, whether it's every episode or every other episode or here and there kind of thing. But part of the growth in relation to progression and what we're trying to do is here. So thank you. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah. Thank you guys, for following along, for laughing with us, for crying with us, for maybe even, cursing at the infidels. Thank you guys for following along, and hopefully you stick with us in this journey, and let's see where this crazy ride will take us. But yeah, we got posters like we mentioned earlier. We got stickers. We got a bunch of stickers left. If y'all want stickers, hit us up. Y'all need it for your laptop, your whatever your room, your clothing. I don't fucking care. Just hit us up. Yeah,
definitely.
man.
Yeah. I would love to give out some
stickers.
stickers that you can put around or put on your laptop or whatever it may be. Like, definitely hit us up for some stickers if you'd like. And then we're definitely we're gonna try and produce more different designs, play with some stuff.
Designs I would love to play around with. We only got the one design now, which we love so much, and I will cherish forever. Yeah, shout out to Alesha, man. This is a crazy. This is like, I saw this when I first saw this design. I'm just like, oh my effing god, this is insane. This is wild, and something I'll cherish always. I think we're just gonna keep this as our main design like forever, but we'll have different designs along the way. But thank you guys, for that, and here's to a new new section of the show. We're gonna be bigger, badder, and better, and our booties will be fucking motherfucking fat as fuck, and go from there.
I think we're okay with final thoughts now, right?
I guess so. I have nothing to say.
I think that was a good welcome back episode.
I enjoyed it.
So one of the things I wanted to kind of bring in to the episode, at least here and there, was like a recommendation to our listeners. Outside of the podcast or our podcast, and like, whoever listening, just to bring something that you and maybe yourself, maybe what are you reading, what you've been interested in the last week, whether it's the music you're listening to and you want to recommend it to people. I would like to go out and end the episode on that note. So it's like, at least this one, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Tell me as a final thought, whatever you want to recommend to our listeners and why you would recommend it, and his final thoughts on the episode.
On Netflix, I watched the Bob Ross documentary. That was a good one. That was an interesting one into the life of Bob Ross. Basically, it's about his, just his life and what's going on. And man, oh man, he lived through an interesting life. Bob Ross was in the army.
I knew that.
Yeah, that
I
was
knew
crazy.
that.
What
I didn't
was
know
that
that.
like? All
I
right,
don't
now I'm
know.
just gonna eliminate you guys with all the, the headshot right here. And there you go. Listen here, you need to release my partner here, or else I'm gonna have to decapitate him. Let's, you know what? Let's get a little crazy. Let's decapitate the guy right here. Ooh, that looks so bad. But no, in all seriousness, no.
Beautiful shade of crimson red.
Yeah. just just dangling with the little crimson red on the floor here, and you can see the little organs coming down the neck there. That's so bad.
Oh my God.
But no, in all seriousness, but Bob Ross has been through some shit, and his family is gone through some shit too. I recommend that. I also recommend another documentary called Untold. I believe it's called Crime. What's it called? Hold on. It's an Untold. It's basically about this mafioso boss who's buys a local hockey team for his
Oh, okay, I saw
17-year-old
that.
kid.
I think I saw that actually.
And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Crime and Penalties is what it's called. Untold Crime and Penalties. You guys need to check that out. That's an interesting story as well. Other than that, yeah, that's the only two documentaries I have. Please check them out. If you like them or if you don't, let us know in the comments on YouTube or in Instagram. Let us know, guys. What about you? Any recommendations?
So funny enough, before you even showed up today, I was finishing off this documentary that I've been watching over the past like 2 days. Just gotta keep falling asleep here and there and stuff like that. But
are you sure you want to recommend something?
It's actually great, and it's probably really good for like conspiracy theorists, I would say. I'm not a conspiracy theorist myself.
This is like the second time you said that, and I'm kind of having my doubts.
It's definitely something where you're like, fuck the government, man.
Oh boy.
But in this case, it's called the Pruitt-Igoe myth. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
No, never heard of it.
So the Pruitt-Igoe myth, Pruitt-Igoe happened to be these like set of like slum buildings that were built by the U.S. government in St. Louis during the late 50s or the late 60s, I believe it was. Caused by a certain immigration of like a bunch of different people, mainly African Americans, and a couple of like people that were trying to get out of the South. So it was mainly blacks, but there was definitely white people. I think some Asian people in there as well. But pretty much it was a migration from all of these people that wanted like safe housing and like a safe positioning somewhere in the north. And I think, I'm not perfect in geography in relation to the states, but St. Louis is somewhat of a northern city as opposed to it being like fucking Louisiana, Missouri, or some shit like that. Or but in this case, pretty much what they did in a nutshell is that the federal government was like, yeah, we're gonna build this fucking slum for you guys because you guys are all moving north, and we're gonna provide you guys housing. Great. Sounds good. Federal government's doing something great. But the problem is they built these fucking really nice slum buildings for these people that looked really fucking nice, but they didn't upkeep it. And there's a whole bunch of like external factors that happened as to why they couldn't upkeep it. But pretty much the building went to shit. And then the government pretty much just ran these people out either to like homelessness or to like migrate to different cities. But they pretty much just didn't upkeep this fucking house for all these poor people, which is absolutely fucked because eventually they blew up the buildings because they were like, this is a shithole. But it's like the shithole was caused by the government.
But was it not their intention for it to be a slum building?
It wasn't. So I said slum and I take that back. But it was pretty much supposed to be like a nice St. Louis downtown building area. They gave them a couple acres and like, okay, we're gonna build this. And then if you go look up Pruitt-Igoe, Pruitt-Igoe. Yeah, it was really nice when they first started. It was better than what they were living in the South. People were getting their own rooms for the first time. There was a couple of different people being like, man, my mom was sleeping beside the fucking stove when we were living in the South, and now she has her own room. Like, can you believe that? And then the building just got so run down to the point where it forced these families out. and nothing was fixed. So in relation to the whole fucking video is like, man, the federal government just fucked a bunch of these people by not moving them up here, but it was like promising them a better life, but realistically didn't do shit for them.
Did keep to their word.
And then blew up the buildings eventually because they were like, fuck this. So definitely a great, interesting documentary if you are interested in the welfare state, and how the government sometimes does some sketchy shit. But it was a good documentary, so I definitely go recommend that. The Prude I Go Myth.
All right. Well, other than that, this has been InfoWars with Ryan San. Tune in next week.
And the frogs.
Yeah. Turning. Yep. Here we go. But yes, this has been our show this week. We are back, and we're here to stay, young world. So we missed you, and we know for a fact that you missed us. So stick with us, guys. We'll get there eventually. Surely. Slowly, but surely. Other than that, I'm Carlos.
And I'm Ryan.
They can't see your face when you do that. Just say.
And I'm Ryan. Ryan. Me. Sorry, go ahead.
And this has been The Blank with Carlos and Ryan.
Welcome back, baby.
He's back, baby. Hang on. Fill it in. All right.